pints and quarts. Presented by Craft Beer Nation.
All right, so we have Jennifer Glanville here. She's a brewer and the brew pub manager at Sam Adams, one of the most we used to be the biggest craft brewer in the country now, but since they changed the definition, Yingling, I think, now takes that. But you guys are a more than respectable number two.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been coming to SAVOR?
So this is the 8th year of SAVOR, and I've been fortunate to come 8 years. It's one of my favorite events that I do.
Okay, so you guys, what beer are you guys pouring here?
Tonight we're pouring our KMF Grand Cru, which is a beer that is 24 months old, aged in Boston. We back sweetened with a little Belgian candy sugar. It's an amazing sour beer. And then we also have a double IPA that we just released called Rebel Rouser. It's
I've
awesome.
had that.
Yeah.
That beer is legit.
Yeah.
That's a legit double IPA. I'm gonna take it right now.
That's the only one I haven't had yet. But I keep looking for it, but it's just not in my area. So
It's really good.
Too legit to quit.
So you had Rebel Rouser, then you have Rebel Rider.
We have Rebel Rider.
Which is your session.
It's our session IPA, and I will tell you, you can look on Sam Finder on our website, and it can locate accounts and retailers that will have the beer near you. So I would check that out. Also, just so you know, the Rebel Rouser has been so popular that it has been selling out quite frequently.
Yeah.
So keep checking back.
So Rebel Rider, session IPA.
Yep.
Rebel, the regular IPA. Rebel Rouser, the Dipper.
Yeah.
So before Rebel Rouser even came out, like everyone I know that's anybody that could get stuff early, they were always talking about how amazing it is. So that's why it's been on the top of my list.
I know. I wish you were here to have some.
So you guys, what food are they pairing with the beers that you guys are pouring tonight?
So we have some really awesome pairings. The KMF Grand Cru is paired with a pork belly that has a fennel salad, a little bit of a green mustard on some brioche, which is great. And then we have actually, which I found this pairing really interesting, it was curried root vegetables and with some harissa oil. And I was thinking, like, okay, I like the flavors with the Rouser, but I didn't want the Rouser to overpower it. And I didn't want the curry to overpower the hop character.
Right.
As a man who loves Galaxy, you got to have some good hop character.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And the balance between them, like they just meet perfectly in the middle, and it's amazing. There's a sweetness that comes out from the curry that you don't usually get, and it brings out the really nice citrus character of the hops.
So I'll say this: beer aside, that the root vegetables with the curry root vegetables with the harissa oil, I had some at the Drake's table.
It's awesome.
That was pretty delicious. Like, I'm a meatitarian.
I am too.
You know?
No, I am. I was like, why did we get vegetables? And now I'm like, I love them.
It was delicious. So you guys also had a salon tonight, right?
We did. Jim Cook, our founder and brewer, and I presented a salon tonight called Beer versus Rhett. And we really wanted to highlight how versatile beer is. So we had 3 traditional pairings with red wine. We had steak, chocolate, and a Roquefort cheese. And then we paired that with Boston Lager.
Okay.
And we really walked people through how you need 3 red wines in order to pair with that, but you could have one beer, Boston Lager, that balance between those noble hops and the malt character, moderate alcohol, nice bitterness is really good enough to pair with all of those.
And Boston Lager being your flagship beer, because I had a chance to go to Boston back in November, and my wife and I visited the brewery, and Boston Lager is your flagship beer because that beer serves, as far as you're concerned, and I tend to agree with you, but that beer serves all of the needs. I mean, it's a great tasting beer. It pairs with so many, obviously, like you just said, so many different kinds of foods. So, I mean, do you sell more Boston Lager than anything else?
We do, and the great thing about Boston Lager, I mean, I've been at Boston Beer for 14 years. I liked Boston Lager before I became a brewer at Boston Beer. It's the balance of the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
It's complex, yet it's not heavy. It's not too high in alcohol. It has a nice toffee caramel character. Those noble hops have citrus, some lemon, some pine. So to me, and I love food and beer pairings. I love food. I mean, clearly this is my favorite event of the year, right? But it's balanced around that. You don't want something that overpowers the food. You want something that can complement it or contrast it. And that balanced yet complex beer, Boston Lager, is able to do that.
So I've heard of, but I've never seen, since you're talking about Boston Lager, Boston Ale. I've heard that beer exists. I've never seen it. I've never had it.
like Bigfoot.
Is it a phantom? Is it
exists.
Sasquatch?
No, that is my favorite.
I love it. It's my favorite too on draft. I love it.
Yes.
It's a stock ale.
Okay, but it's not nothing that you guys don't put it in. It's not a huge production beer, or
It's one of our Brewmasters series, and it's certainly out there. You know, and I see it rotated through a lot, and the accounts that like to change a lot. If you come around Boston, obviously we have it, but it's made with UK hop, so it's got a nice earthy character, but it's balanced by just enough sweetness, so it's not really like an English pale ale. And I know someone mentioned it. I mean, it's an awesome beer. It's been around. It was, I think, the second beer we brewed in Boston.
Okay.
At our brewery.
I also had a chance to have your I want to say it's called a Colonial Ale
Oh yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It's what? Can you tell me a little bit about the beer?
Yeah. So for the 375th anniversary of Boston a few years ago, we wanted to make a beer to celebrate. And I was thinking about Samuel Adams, the brewer.
Mm-hmm.
What would he have been brewing? Well, the malt was probably roasted over a fire, so it would have a little smoky character. Boston had molasses, a lot of molasses, so we'd use some black sap molasses. And we looked at all these things, and I created this beer that really represented what I thought, be close to colonial times. It's unfiltered. It's 9 days. And we just serve it out the door, and now it's served at Union Oyster House, which is probably where you had it. If you're downtown.
that was your beer?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Do you guys have any questions for Jennifer?
I do, actually. I'm a West Coaster. So what I see from Sam Adams is mainly the the boxes with a generous amount of different beers in them. Can you tell me, am I going to get some different boxes with different varieties in them? The summer box is great. I'm just trying the Rebel Rider right now, and it's absolutely lovely.
It's going fast in your glass, right?
It is. It's going. This glass was full about 2 minutes ago.
You can have that. That's marketing. That's my free contribution right there.
I love it.
Going
I
fast
love
out your
it.
glass.
But
last week
but
too, when I was-
is there? Can I look forward to some different variety packs? Like fall, winter.
But you guys have like 1,000 variety
We do,
packs now,
yeah,
right?
we have the variety packs per season, so we have 4 per year, and every year we like to introduce 1 or 2 new beers at each of those. We like them to be kind of seasonally appropriate, so depending on the weather and sort of traditional types of beers. So you'll see at least 1 or 2 per style. So the next one you want to look for is the fall. The summer one you're going to see for quite some time because it comes out a little early in April and it will last through about August.
Okay. You guys got anything else? Oh, there's Linda's holding up. Is that the summer?
I've had two of the summer ale, and I love them.
And that's
They're fantastic.
That's the one that's brewed with the grains of paradise,
That's
right?
with grains of paradise, known to be an aphrodisiac. So I have a disclaimer. I'm not responsible, Linda, for what happens after 2 summer ales.
I just had an anniversary, so I can't.
Bow, chicken, wow, wow.
I have a case of it under the table. Not a case of the summer ale, but a case of grains of paradise.
Disclaimer, I'm out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending some
having
time
me.
with us. I know you guys are crazy busy today. You guys are awesome. Keep making the great beers. We'll keep buying it.
Keep
And
drinking it.
yes, thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
You guys rock.
Bye, guys.
Awesome.
I'm Jennifer Glanville from Boston Beer, and this is Pints and Quarts, presented by Craft Beer Nation. Cheers.
Yeah.